कैसे नहीं पता, भेज देता हूँ यार,
मेरे को भी भेजो यार।
भेज
Okay,
देता हूँ भाई।
guys,
मैं अब आया, मैं लेफ्ट आउट।
going live. Um,
ये मेरा भी डूम्सडे क्यों आ रहा है? हरमन आना चाहिए।
yeah, we are live, guys. Let's go.
तूने वो ट्विच वाला
Thiru,
यूज कर रहा होगा ना?
Thiru, you can introduce, you can start.
Okay, hey, hi everyone. So welcome to this broadcast. So yeah, so we are going to discuss with some of the top players from India. So we have Dragonstar, Doomstar, and Hellraiser with us. So before that, about this tournament, AOE Premier League, how this tournament came out to be. So to give an introduction about that, let's start with the server, right? So AOE Bombay India server. So we all a brief history. Like we started this as a server for like gaming between us friends, and then there were like lots of new players joining in, and we added this bot, TG bot, where like you can like set the ratings of players, and then it helps in forming fair teams, etc. Right? So over time, like the server gained a lot of traction, and currently we have about 70 active players in the server. So which is really great. So that's when we had thought about like hosting some tournament for this players from this server alone. So yeah, so that's how like Sultan, Sefi, Bond, Modi, and me, etc., came together and came up with this particular tournament. So it's the first draft where currently uh, we thought of it as an experiment, where like we will start with only like players from like below 2000 elo, etc. And and we were not even expecting like 20 registrations, but the number of registrations, the response was really great. Like we had like 40 plus registrations as well, and then we were able to make we were able to form 8 teams with 5 players each as well. So yeah, so right now, yeah, so that's how the tournament is going on. Uh, so we can discuss about the um, uh, teams, individual teams, players within those teams, and then we can also discuss about the maps and strategies that can be formed for these maps as well. Over to the host, Bond.
Thank you, Thiru. Thank you for the introduction. As the audience would have known, and our experts would have seen the teams that got done in the auction last week, let's quickly understand the views of our experts on the 8 teams. Is there a consensus of any team which is looking really strong among three of you?
Okay, let me share the.
Who's
You'll
going
have
first?
to you'll have to ask individually, right?
Okay.
We have not discussed it.
Okay, right, fair point. So let's quickly understand from Doomster. What's your view, Doomster? You have played with almost everybody here.
Uh, I think the best team so far would be of Talents because they don't have any weak link in their team. So having equally skilled players on all four sides is just better, I would say, against any stack side. So I think Talent's team should perform really good in the tournament.
Hell, do you agree to disagree, or you feel it the same way?
Yeah, I agree. Actually, Talent had a master stroke, man. We were like thinking that Talent is not gonna pick anyone, and then suddenly he won the lottery, I guess, with all the players, with the mid-tier players, the tier
But
two players. So his teams looks good, but I would also consider Sultan's team maybe, but I don't think they're gonna practice that much. Don't see that much enthusiasms. But Pinto and KJ, maybe they can do something with Finrare and Afterlife. they can form a good team if they practice a bit. And Afterlife is good. He showed us in the last tournament also that he can play well. So I think that is also a team to watch. Other than that, maybe Valar and No Chance, if they play flank, they can pull ahead from the other flanks and then snowball. But it will depend on maps most probably. So I think the most balanced teams, I think it would be Talents and Pintus.
Fair point. About a need of a carry player, no better person to ask than Dragon Star. Dragon Star, how important do you think is a carry player needed? Because the problem with Talent's team is that they doesn't seems to have a carry player like a lot of other teams.
Yeah, the most things that have been pointed out is like having a balanced team in a team game definitely helps a lot of teams. But if you can get like one of the star players over there, let's say like all the captains or some of the players who have the potential to just snowball and win one of the sides, they can definitely make a dent in a couple of plans of some of the teams. Like let's say one of the teams have a plan of getting one of the flanks to survive, and the other flank comes up against a captain, and the captain snowballs and kills him. So that can throw a big mess into the plans of some of the teams. Personally, from what I have seen and observed, at least in terms of the teams available, I would probably put my bets on Levi's team. They have QB, they have Levi himself, who I played a couple of times in team games with. So I'm hedging my bets on those guys a little bit more than the rest of them. But again, I have limited experience with most of the teams. So from the limited experience I do have, I would probably put them as the front runners.
So very quickly, guys, what do you guys think about the coordination? How important is coordination? Because when I talk about coordination and look at the team, Mumbai Mangurai, Water, Noob Noob, and Latko, they play a lot together. Literally every weekend they play together. I think between them they would have played more matches together than any of the other teams. So there's a natural coordination there. How important is that according to each of you?
So who's going to go first? Should I?
You go first, man. Every time it's the
Okay,
same
The
okay.
order.
captain.
Yeah, just point out a name.
Yeah, sure. Doom, why don't you start?
So what I personally feel is even if you have like for example, two a bit lower elo opponents, like both the opponents are 1600 elo and the other team has like around 1800 elo, do they have the edge over elo? But when it comes to communication, it's just better in team games because the synergy and the play style both players are used to, you can just easily adapt through the map. So I would surely give that edge to a few teams over here, like Valar and No Chance have been playing quite a bit. Then Talent and Bose, and same goes for Pinto and Fenrir. So I think communication is really important team games. So let's see how it goes.
Alice, your views?
If you're talking particularly about the Waters team, or are you talking
I
in
gave an
general?
example. I gave an example of
Okay.
importance of playing together. That was the best
Yeah, of
example.
course, it matters a lot because usually you know how the play goes. You don't have to tell everything. You don't have to dictate. The captain doesn't have to tell everything what to do and so on. So definitely it plays a role and it's definitely important. But if you're talking about just Waters team, I don't know, man, because Noob Noob and Lathkor, they are very hit and miss.
That's the variance.
Yes.
What about you,
So
Dragon? You probably know each of them equally. Maybe you know some more because
I probably know the least out of all of these
yeah,
guys. So
yeah.
I don't have any opinion on how the coordination goes, but coordination is together. Yeah, probably that plays like more important role than having like a good build order or knowing what to do. Just knowing how to your teammate plays definitely helps you a lot more than you would realize.
Any particular player who you think is worth watching in terms of aggression?
There's gonna be no chance for sure. My chatty buddy. So uh, I've always taught him a lot of like builds on flank, how to go aggressive. So I'm helping No Chance and Talent's team in this tournament. So you'll see a lot of aggression.
When it comes to aggression, nobody is more aggressive than you themselves. So surely that will add to the aggression when it comes to these two things. What about you, Hell? Whom are you backing? Whom do you see as the most contributing
Aggressive.
player? Aggressive and
Aggressive
most
players.
contributing player.
Hiten, Avastan, and Agent P. They can both be aggressive if they want to, and they can play really good aggressively also, and they can put a lot of pressure on the enemies. I would say they can like make other players who are lower elo make a lot of mistakes if they play aggressive.
Yeah, which is what I was coming to the next point
Yeah,
that
and especially against the talents team, because talents team can play really well if they are not put under pressure, and they have balanced players, so they'll be able to pump up armies definitely. So definitely against them, other teams should pressure them initially. Try to get them off their build orders and something, do something crazy or something.
Dragon, very quickly, in terms of what is a good balance between an eco and aggression, that's something which varies from player to player. In a tournament where the pressure can snowball things, what do you think is more important, having a strong eco or being aggressive earlier? What kind of a strategy
It
would you put
depends
in?
on your play style. I'm more of an eco guy, so I would definitely hedge my bets with playing more safety, playing more eco, defensive, making less mistakes. Like the less mistakes you make at lower elo, the better your chances are at playing a standard game. The more aggressive the game, more chances of making mistakes, is my opinion. So yeah, I'm like more of a eco defensive player. So that definitely is what I would be more suited towards.
I think Doomster's answer will be all aggression. Eco can come later. Am I right? Here I am,
fuck,
villager.
fuck Eco, just kill villagers.
Yeah, both of those options work. I just have a different philosophy on approaching the
Hell, are
game.
you on more on the balance side among the two guys, the two experts in
I
the
Yeah,
like the
tournament?
eco
definitely.
approach, but yeah, I definitely
What the
like
fuck?
playing
I
with
thought he
Doomsday.
was into aggression.
I like playing aggressive with you, man. I like playing aggressive with you because we have some coordination in that. Because if you don't have coordination in the aggression, that can backfire very quickly.
Yeah, true.
And when it comes to pressure, if I have to tell us which is the high low player who can do it one versus two, holding on for a longer period of time, very quickly, one name from each of you. Doomster?
It's gonna be Hiten Avastan for sure. Like he has been playing since Woobly, so he has the max experience out of all these players. Plus, he's super calm, so that's one of the most important things in that scenario. And yeah, he likes to drag the game to like post Imperial, where he just like excels. So I would just say Avastan.
Hell,
I would rate two of the guys equally, Hiten and Onkar, in those. Hiten is also amazing at defense, and I've seen few games Onkar is playing right now, like in the Bombay lobby, and he has been like pretty solid defensively. He has been holding like 2v1s in post him, which is really hard to do for any player. So I would say if it goes post Castle Age, Onkar is also really strong defensively.
Dragon, from whatever little you have played with us, where will you put your bets?
Probably Fenrir out of all of the players. I think
Your
he's
old
pretty good.
buddy?
Yeah,
Your old buddy, it does come to.
yeah,
I've heard
exactly.
stories about it. I've heard
Yeah,
stories.
so yeah, old teammate. I know how he plays. From what I remember, he's good at survival. So I would put him
Yeah, but he's coming
definitely.
back into the game, currently being rusty, but I think he's catching up pretty
Yeah,
fast.
exactly. If we can get back to his old form, I probably favor him in terms of his approach.
Okay, next question quickly. Who you think can crumble among the high, low, and the pressure? When I say crumble, I doesn't mean himself taking the team with it by being toxic. Rooster.
I think we have a common name. That's gonna be Gravity.
Right from the Battle of Maharaja Days, Golden League.
Yes, it's gonna be Gravity for sure. That
Hell,
much.
agree to disagree.
Nah, I don't agree. Gravity won't do that in the tournament games.
So whom would you
Uh,
put your money on there?
I would probably go for Kolkata Kipchaks, man. Pinto and KJ together, it's gonna get messy.
Uh, Into a typical dialogue. Fuck it. मैं I'm moving to the next stage.
Yeah.
मुंडी अभी इसकी मुंडी पे कैसल डालता हूँ. इसको बताता हूँ क्या होता है. Dragon, your
And
views? Yeah, sorry.
I don't have that much experience, but I guess I will agree with Doomster. I think Yubi, when he is mad, he just kind of drags his team down with him. So, yeah, I would like to believe that in a tournament game he won't do stuff like that, but from limited experience I have playing with him, he definitely does not do well under pressure.
Yeah, hell, continue. You talk about Pinto
I
and
was
KJ.
I was just saying that I don't think Pinto and KJ really would care about the tournament when it happens. They don't control their rage that way.
True. One important point which came out was the need of high elo players to carry the balance part of it. When I look at Hyderabad Helvetias, I see Agent and Red Corps two tier one players. With Sarasin, who is very good in pocket. I know his current form is not that great. How do you guys think this team will do compared to a all balanced team of let's say a Sultan or a Wala No Chance or for that matter a talent team where there's one tier one and couple of tier two players. Where do you see in terms of open maps, in terms of hybrid, closed map, where do you see the strategy part coming into the picture? Because a map pool when it comes to AOPL season one, it's more dynamic, it's more broad based. So strategy becomes very important.
Yeah.
Sir, your views?
So you mean how their playstyle is gonna be exactly? Hyderabad Helvetiers?
No, I'm talking about a construct. So Hyderabad Helvetier has a construct where there are two tier one tier two, and one tier three.
Yes.
Compared to
Yeah.
couple of other teams where it's more balanced, as you rightly said. For example, Pune, where the people are within a limited variance between talent and let's say a Lucky, who is the fourth player. There's not a vast difference. Or for that matter, even Bangalore Berserks. While Avistan is very good, so is Mirror and Sultan. So where do you see the game going in across various maps between a loop-sided team and a more equal player team?
Well, I think it all depends upon agent because he's the main carry player for their team. So if he decides to start with Aragon, something which I did probably if you saw what I did in Battle of Maharaja versus Zad's team.
Yeah.
So his team was pretty much like talent. They had all the stack. They had Onkar, Agent, Addu, and Agent in their team. While I had No Chance, Red Viper, me, and Saracen. So my basic strat was to use Saracen as a suicide bomber and just slow everyone down by whale rush, and then I could just carry the game. So I think Agent should have something planned for Aragon in that sense, where he just goes for castle drops on arena, or probably just like douche on Arabia or four legs, and then he can just carry 1v2.
Hell, what about you?
Are you sure Aragon is the first starting player?
Either Aragon or Phantom, like
Yeah,
any
they
of
are
them.
equal. They are equal.
Okay,
Aragon being captain, I will assume he will play more matches than that.
okay. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be all agent, man. Agent has to do the carrying from the flank, most probably. It
I
will
would
all
say
depend on
I
him.
would say pocket, not flank, because on
Really?
flank Aragon wouldn't be able to support him like other teams can, so he will just fumble. But if he's pocket, he can just wall and then make a lot of scouts or take dead cops help and then just clear up armies and then play late eco game.
Yeah,
So
but
I
they
think
have Saracen and Red Corps as pockets, right?
the Saracen is gonna play flank.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
I've
Yeah.
only told him to play flank only in the Bombay lobbies, not in the tournament. He definitely plays better as a pocket.
I think as a pocket for a 15-1600 elo, he can match a lot of people.
And his recent form is dependent on playing flank, man.
Yeah, true. That is his elo has dropped from 15x to 12x.
Yes.
I'm sure agent will not want to play a 300 days elo player.
Yeah, I think Agent can play both pocket and flank both, right? And he will have to do the carrying for the team. He is the highest paid player, highest cost player.
Right.
So he will have to prove himself in that manner.
Dragon, one player you will be looking to watch out for.
Probably Hiten.
Hiten, you have seen so many times. Tell me a new name. Tell me a
Oh,
new name.
new one. I don't know. Who else? I don't know the new players.
He's probably gonna be talent dragon.
No. I would say who's the guy I was playing yesterday with?
You are,
Yeah, give me 1 sec. I'm thinking.
Are you saying about Livy?
No.
talent. Talent was his flank in one game. I remember. He played with Sultan. I remember.
Hey, yeah, Sultan. Watch out for him. He plays decent.
Yeah, the defending champion when it comes to Battle of Maharaja.
Yeah, that guy seemed pretty good. So watch out for him.
Uh, so, so Hell and Luce, you both have played a lot with the lower elo players in your team. I think you both have the most experience, even among the high elo players who are in the tournament, of playing and carrying lower elo players. So among the lower elo players, Sir, whom would you rate as being somebody who's like underrated and you can surprise?
If you're talking about flank, that's gonna be JK. And as a pocket, I would say Chicken. He's been playing really good, both of them. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell, what about you?
We are particularly talking about third and fourth tier.
Yeah, that's what I'm listening.
In the third tier, yeah, definitely JK. JK is really underrated right now. I think he plays like 11, 1200. I'm just baffled that he is 900 right now. So I don't know how. But, and in the fourth tier, I would say Charith. Charith is also playing really well. As a pocket, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know how he'll play under pressure, but he plays decent. And he can pump up a lot of army.
One boom player, Hell, among the tier 3, tier 4, who can match a tier 2 when it comes to boom. Close map, nomadic map, wherever.
Oh, just pure boom. Saracen.
Yeah. Fashion is tier 2, I've covered tier 3, tier 4.
Oh, he's tier 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Brave is also pretty great at booming. Brave can also boom like crazy. I would go with Brave.
One name.
Well, Afterlife, I think.
Your friend. Yeah.
Why
I
it's
still
towards
remember
it.
that. Yeah. No, not really that. I remember the game where he took chicken on, especially the form where chicken started. That's the moment from Silver League for me. While we have discussed team, we have discussed a bit. Let's discuss on the map side quickly, guys. Did you guys have a look at the map pool? Do you find it interesting? A bit different? I'll just for the audience and for our experts, each captain needs to pick a different category for a home map in each set. So technically, each captain needs to prepare for 3 home maps because they can't choose the same category as a home map in a certain set once they have done it. So,
Okay.
what kind of a strategy would you recommend to a captain who's coming to you? So,
The strategy, it depends upon the team, what map they're playing comfortable with. So I don't really know about that. But looking at the maps, one category I will hate is Nomad. Plus, it's having Water Nomad, so no, I'll just sign out of the tournament instead.
Okay, that's interesting.
But I
I think
think,
Gravity will say the same thing for Rage Forest.
yeah, but I can't see Reach Forest over here. Over, it's in
Yeah,
close.
it's
Okay,
in the
okay.
close.
Yeah. So yeah, no particular strategy. Just depends upon the team what they're comfortable with. So yeah.
Help quickly your comments.
I would say you guys have done a bit too much on the maps and categories, and you can choose only one category at against one. Like, it's too much to see and handle. I would rather have a normal map pool, and you just go with bans and picks. Uh, and if you're looking for a strategy in this one, I would say just read the other teams, how they play, and choose your category accordingly.
Thank you. What about you, Dragon? What do you feel?
I think if you want to play consistently, you can probably play open or other maps, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people play on the
But they,
TG board regularly.
Dragon, they
But
can only pick it once.
yeah, so I think the other than that, water and nomad should be avoided unless you guys are really confident in learning and knowing your build orders and having a really good plan on what to do with each player and each civ. So it really depends on what civs you draft and what your team is comfortable playing with, as my friends pointed out.
Yeah. So with Dragon, you brought us to the next point. We talked about elo. We talked about synergies. How important is safe draft or doing the right drafting saves? Assuming every other thing is obviously safe does matter, but because there are gaps in other things, what kind of game changer a safe draft can?
Safe draft is, I think, the utmost important thing while playing tournament. So I would just suggest all the teams to suggest a normal strat first, and then just make a spreadsheet and put all your preferred saves first before starting your set. That's what me and Dragon used to do when we were playing a Nations Cup or the 2v2 tournament. We just had different plans and we wrote it down on a spreadsheet. So once we were drafting, like even if our first two picks just go out, we know what the third and the fourth pick's gonna be. So it's just easy that way. So I would suggest you just go through all the maps and then write down all the saves. So it's one of the best things to do.
Well,
Yeah, safe draft is probably the most important thing, even more so than the map pickouts, I would say. Because you can have the best saves against the best players, and you can kind of cancel them out, and you can just hold, and later on if you get to the post temp, and you can win. Some saves just can't push some saves. It's like that in AoE. If they have counters available, and if they have some combination of army available which one team just can't defeat in any way, that can happen. So safe draft is definitely one of the most important things.
Dragon, no one better than you experience when it comes to safe
Yeah,
draft.
I basically agree with what these guys said. Not much else to explain. It just cuts down on so much of your thought process. Like you have to think so much less. Let's say you're playing Britain flank. You just have a really insane archer sieve and you know where that sieve is gonna play. So it's just like very easy if you have a good game plan on picking good serves and getting your draft correct.
Thank you. Now, very quickly, three of you, please mention your favorite save across positions, across maps. One save if you have to pick. Who's up?
Mm, my favorite save on flank would be mines, and my favorite save as a pocket would be Hindustanis.
One tip only. Across positions, across map. It doesn't matter. Pick one.
One Civ. Uh, I think God's. I can just will rush from anywhere then.
You and your builders. Sir, I am. Hell, what about you? One tip. Across maps, across positions.
Right now, Persians.
I was expecting that from you. Dragon.
I think Slav pocket.
Pocket flank doesn't matter, bro.
Slav,
All
Slav.
Slavs. So three experts talking about three selves. One map you all will be comfortable playing from the 15 chosen, not the common pool.
Just one map.
Yes, just one map.
Land Madness. Just because I like to play aggressive, so it's my forte. So Land Madness.
L
Migration, one of my favorite maps.
AFL days.
Yeah.
We have been playing that. Dragon.
Probably 4 legs.
Thank you. One last comment. Thank you. We have been there for nearly 30 minutes for our audience. One last comment from three of you each, and then we'll let you end it. Sir.
Comment regarding?
General for the tournament, for the audience, for the players. If you have to give one comment to the community.
Well, 2 years ago I was at 1200, so I'm just reliving that through this tournament. I'm happy to see new players come up and join the league. So I'm just hoping to see some good action. That's it. And I hope everyone good luck.
Thank you. L.
Yeah, sorry. I was zoned out.
Okay. I'm saying one final comment to the audience, to the players. Regarding
Uh,
the tournament.
Final. Okay. I would say try to play together and try to like go for build orders at least till feudal age. If you can do it till castle age, that would be great. At least do it the at least perfect your dark age. I've said that before, I think. So try to perfect your dark age and try to play together, get the synergy together.
Thank you. Dragon.
Just try to have fun. Try to win. That's pretty much it.
I remember a comment from you, Dragon, yesterday. I don't remember the team name, or rather, I don't believe in. But we were arguing among us in your team, and you said, "आपस में मत लड़ो, लड़ना है तो
Yeah, don't fight amongst yourself. Fight the opponents. They are the target.
Yeah. That's something which kind of motivates at least me as a low elo player. So thank you guys. Thiru, any comments before we let our experts go? It's been so kind of them to be with us. I hope the audience enjoyed this conversation with them.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining and giving valuable inputs. Doomstar, Hellraiser, and Dragonstar.
Boys.
See you guys around for the tournament and in the lobby. For those who don't know or not part of it, Bombay server is one of the most active servers on the Discord with around, as you said, 60, 70 players, and we are getting new players because of this tournament. It will be a great to have you guys around and play together. Age is fun playing. Let's enjoy it too. Thank you guys.
Thank you.